On May 29, 1999, as the sun rose over Lagos, Nigeria prepared to turn a new page in its history. After 15 years of military rule, democracy was finally to be restored. But the path to this moment was paved with struggle, sacrifice, and the blood of patriots. The story begins on June 12, 1993. From the bustling streets of Lagos to the ancient walls of Kano, Nigerians queued under the scorching sun to cast their votes in what would later be described as the freest and fairest election in our great nation's history. Business tycoon Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola, known as MKO, challenged Bashir Tofa of the National Republican Convention. The results were clear. MKO was winning. The streets erupted. In Ibadan's Mokola district, in Lagos's Mushin area, across the nation, citizens voiced their outrage. But worse was to come. As the crisis deepened, Defense Minister General Sani Abacha seized power in a bloodless coup. Speaking from Dodan Barracks in Lagos, he declared the interim national government dissolved. His declaration at Epetedo would be his last public appearance. Within days, he was arrested and imprisoned in Abuja. From this crisis emerged NADECO, the National Democratic Coalition. Chief Anthony Enahoro, its leader, declared. Among NADECO's strongest voices was Pa Alfred Ruwain, a 79-year-old elder statesman who had fought for Nigeria's independence alongside Obafemi Awolowo. From his residence in Ikeja, Lagos, he bankrolled the pro-democracy movement and spoke truth to power. In the early hours of October 6, 1995, assassins broke into Pa Ruwain's home on Oduduwa Crescent. They found him in his bedroom and shot him at close range. The killing sent shockwaves through the pro-democracy movement. His death marked a dark turning point. The message was clear. No one was beyond the regime's reach. But rather than silence the opposition, Pa Ruwain's martyrdom only strengthened their resolve. Under Abacha's regime, death wore in many masks. His notorious security squad, led by Major Hamza al-Mustafa, struck fear across the nation. They moved in unmarked cars, often at night, targeting those deemed enemies of the regime. The pattern was chillingly consistent. Admiral Omerua shot in Auchi. Alex Ibru, publisher of The Guardian, ambushed and severely wounded on February 2, 1996. Chief Abraham Adesanya, leader of Afenifere, survived a hail of bullets in January 1997. The list grew longer, but perhaps no assassination crystallized the regime's brutality more than the killing of Kudirat Abiola. The outspoken senior wife of the imprisoned MKO had become a powerful voice for democracy. On June 4, 1996, near the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway at 7-Up bus stop, assassins intercepted her car. According to witnesses, Sergeant Barnabas Jabila, also known as Sergeant Rogers, stepped out of a Peugeot 504. The killing was precise, professional. Kudirat was shot in the head at close range. Her driver, Alhaji Latif Shofolahan, was also killed. The assassination sparked international outrage. In death, Kudirat became an even more powerful symbol of resistance. The regime's death squad, meant to silence opposition, had instead given the democracy movement its martyrs. By 1998, Abacha's ambition had evolved. At the International Conference Center in Abuja, all 5 political parties, the United Nigeria Congress Party, the Committee for National Consensus, the National Center Party of Nigeria, the Democratic Party of Nigeria, and the Grassroots Democratic Movement, nominated him as their sole candidate. In a military tribunal at Jos, General Oladipo Dia and 26 others faced charges of treason. Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka, speaking from exile, called it a show trial worthy of Stalin. Then suddenly everything changed. On June 8, 1998, at his residence in Aso Rock, Abacha died. Within weeks, on July 7th, MKO Abiola also died in custody after drinking tea during a meeting with US diplomats. General Abdul Salam Abubakar, assuming power, promised. In Abuja, a new constitution was drafted. Political parties emerged: the People's Democratic Party, PDP, the All People's Party, APP, and the Alliance for Democracy, Getabat, AD. The presidential election pit former military leader Olusegun Obasanjo of the PDP against Chief Olu Falaya, joint candidate of the APP and AD. When the votes were counted, Obasanjo had won decisively, 18.7 million votes to Falaye's 11.1 million, securing 63% of the total votes cast and majority wins in 27 of Nigeria's 36 states. The price of democracy was steep, paid in full by countless Nigerians who dared to dream of a better nation. From the martyrs of the June 12th struggle to the activists of NADECO, from journalists who wrote truth to power to ordinary citizens who refused to be silenced, their sacrifice remains a reminder that freedom, once won, must be jealously guarded.